Oh, oh, we're recording. Hello, and welcome back to this rendition of the Fly High Podcast. I'm your host, Reese Simon, joined here with my co-host, Gavin Yost, and our new special guest, Malin Hahn. Let's give it up for Malin. So, Malin, tell us a little bit about yourself. Oh, wait, actually, before that, I have to shed some light on something.
Ooh.
Gavin and I, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
If those of you who maybe did or didn't notice, our last podcast got taken down, and that's on us.
It was on us.
We can't really be talking about the things that we were talking about on that podcast, and it was a mistake, and we can assure you it won't happen again. Thinking about maybe editing the part that was considered naughty out of the podcast and maybe just post it.
It's still a good episode.
Yeah.
Just need to hear that bad part.
So that's we apologize sincerely. That's our bad. And well, let's move on. Let's get on with the podcast.
Oh, wait, another quick thing is if you guys are watching, make sure to hit subscribe.
Oh yeah.
And,
The post notification
bell.
icon. Yep.
Always get notified when the Fly podcast gets
Yep.
posted.
About once a week. All right. So Malin Hahn, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm obviously senior in high school. I do a little bit of wrestling, and then I guess, yeah.
Big hunter.
Big hunter?
Big hunter.
What do you like
to
to
fish,
hunt?
Mainly ducks.
Ducks.
Yeah, the flying things.
Wait, do you not like them when they're on the ground? Do you like you don't like shooting like squirrels or?
No, it's like a I don't know. It's like a religion thing. When you go duck hunting, you can't. It's not really a religion, but it's like a tradition. I'd say tradition.
Tradition.
You can't.
That's a
You
better
can't.
word.
Yeah, you can't.
Would you like to talk about religion?
And we're back.
Sorry about that. We just had to get a little religion talk off our chests.
Malin, have you done ice fishing anytime recently? Like you get out on the ice at all? Is there any ice? That's the real question.
I could try to go ice fishing, but I think I'd probably be taking a swim. But I mean, ice bath isn't bad.
No, there's nothing
True.
wrong with an ice bath.
No.
You've been David Goggins. He likes
Yeah,
ice
yeah.
baths.
He does.
I have never been ice fishing before, and I want to go this year. I do.
It is very fun.
Actually, you're probably gonna be able to go because I think end of January is supposed to get in negatives, big time negatives.
Saturday, Sunday this week is supposed to be down to -4, which is
Ooh.
pretty cold.
I've been seeing a lot of, I don't know. It's like I like just like scrolling through videos and whatnot, and these guys like, is this water ice safe to walk on? And they're doing like reviews, and like they'll cannonball into the water through like a very thin layer of ice, and then they'll determine that it's not safe enough to walk on.
I mean, it'll be safe eventually.
I do think that there's some Madison kids that are missing right now because
Yes.
they
Oh, actually?
the ice
Stoughton.
the ice was a little too thin for their bodies. They went right through. So prayers out to that family. I hope that.
I didn't hear about this news.
Yeah, it's sad. So yeah, prayers out to the Stoughton family with the children. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going ice fishing this year. My little brother, Kaden, he's been getting into fishing quite a bit. So, and he knows people. So I hope that he knows the people, and the people that he knows will ask me if I want to go. I don't know if they will, because Kaden can be a little bit mean to me sometimes. But
Yeah.
Sure.
that's what having little brothers is all about.
That is.
Yeah, you gotta rough them up sometimes, and sometimes you let them have their wins.
I mean, if you win all the time, then they start complaining,
They don't want them to complain.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but then if you lose, then they're gonna think they're more dominant. So, I think the best thing is to establish your dominance.
Well, I have very much established my dominance. I have won each and every single physical altercation I've ever been with him. But when he just decides, shoot,
Every other verbal
verbal or altercation,
Altercation.
agreements,
disagreements.
disagreements.
Well, towards the end,
that are very healthy and
Yes.
good for a very good thriving family.
yes, physical was the wrong word there. Me and my brother have never gotten physical.
Typo.
Yeah, typo, verbal typo.
Little typo.
But yeah, I like to he knows that I could beat him up, but I would never beat him up because violence is bad.
Very bad. We don't condone it at all. Mr.
So, like, we have to-
Mr.
and
T,
it's
please
like
don't take this down.
If he just wants to talk his talk, I'll let him talk his talk. Because,
Yeah, you guys just get into wrestling matches every once in a while.
Yes, wrestling.
Yeah.
It's school-sanctioned events.
Yeah.
School promoted events.
Yes. Wrestling matches. It's kind of like, you know what? Never mind.
Speaking of wrestling, Malin, heard you did pretty good in Cheesehead. Everyone did pretty good in Cheesehead.
We did pretty good. We can get 7th as a team. Would have wished
That's
we
pretty-
got one more placement to to get a
Beat
good
your
trophy,
previous record.
but-
Yeah,
beat our
I
previous
think
record,
the
but
previous record was 6th place.
I thought it was seventh.
we actually I think it was only 1 point difference between 6th place last time 6th place and this year. So
Jeez.
I think the teams are just a little bit better this year, which actually does make sense because I think we had a few nationally ranked teams there.
I think so. There was some big names there too.
Eating crap, second place
Second-
performance.
That's a very impressive. Good job.
Tristan Stout had to medically forfeit. Also impressive.
So they're very good.
Yeah, he did.
Dalton Wolf placed 5th.
Placed fifth. Yep.
That's very good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Drew Krubel advancing to JV State.
Yep. That's a big.
True cool. We got Gavin Yos. He actually
Gavin Yost
he's
advancing to
actually
JV
He's
State.
actually
Yep.
advancing.
Yep, the Challenger Series.
Yep.
That'll be a big. Those will be some big
I think
duels.
we have a total of 7 advancing.
I don't remember,
I
but
think
yeah,
it's-
that's
I
quite
think
a
it's
bit.
7. I think it's 7.
Jay Kopp got first.
Wow.
Pretty good.
How did Jared do?
He did not go.
He did not. He did not compete. What? Was he injured?
I'm not sure. I don't want to disclose anything on the topic.
I don't think we should disclose anything.
How about Nick Fremont? How did Nick Fremont do?
Did really good. I'm pretty sure
got third.
third or something like that.
Third sounds right.
It's pretty good. Pretty
Third
good.
or- yeah.
This weekend instead of wrestling, I announced a basketball game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
On the
Yeah,
radio.
that's something, you know.
Yeah. So that happened, and then I went home and I went back to my dad's house, and we went out to a Chinese buffet for dinner.
That's always good, you know. Always going out to to any restaurant really. Just with your family is always a good time.
I think, you know what separates a good Chinese buffet from a great Chinese buffet?
What's that?
Mute your mic real quick. No, I'm just kidding. You know what separates a good
Jeez.
Chinese buffet from a great Chinese buffet? Is if they have that Mongolian grill where they cook the stuff right in front of you.
True.
That's my go-to every time. You get a little bit of steak, or I think it'd be it's still steak strips, and then the spaghetti, and they always got some really good sauces. They had a honey garlic one there, and then the key is the broccoli and the beans. That's what you need. Those.
I'm not a big veggie guy when I go to. I'm looking for that meat. I'm more of a meat guy when it
You like
goes to Chinese, Mongolian grill areas.
Well, just with the noodles and whatnot, I think it just really ties the dish together.
Yeah, the
And-
noodles does, but I mean like the vegetables seem like a waste of my my hunger. I guess that's the best way to
Yeah,
say
Yeah,
it.
and
I can
honestly,
understand.
the vegetables they just soak up too much of that
That
sauce.
juice, yeah,
that
it's
juice,
just-
and then it's just like
You're eating this waterlogged broccoli head.
yeah, no, it's just
That's just full of like
I gotta agree
sweet
with that.
and
That
sour
kind of ruining it.
sauce.
I can understand that. I just feel like when I'm sitting there and and I have a thing of just meat and noodles, that the guy is just silently judging me. He's like,
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I'm going head first into that plate of meat and noodles, just taking
Yeah.
away.
just hop, 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 right there.
Yeah, people are just staring at me. I really don't. It doesn't matter though, because it's about me there. I'm hungry, and that's what I'm gonna do.
I think the best part about any Chinese buffet though is the fortune cookies.
Yeah, honestly, that's a very good part. It's a very big part.
No, I always get scammed by those fortune cookies.
You always get
Those-
scammed?
Gotcha.
Yeah, they always give me bad fortunes. I mean, it's every single time.
That come true?
I think one time it might have came true. I mean,
Wow.
I can't remember what it was, but I think there's one time it might have came true.
My dad taught us a little game we can play with the fortune cookies. unfortunately, we're going to need to go back on the mute for this one. If you have any questions, you can always ask me in person.
Yeah, anytime we go on mute in these podcasts, just ask us in person. We'd probably be glad to tell you.
Yeah. And we're back.
We're back.
Oh. So you guys, this podcast is being filmed on Monday, January 8th. You are probably going to see this either tomorrow or so the 9th or the 10th, but big news tomorrow. I mean,
Probably.
they haven't said it. They haven't announced
Officially.
it yet.
Haven't
But
officially
it's happening.
announced.
It's snow day tomorrow.
What do you think? What do you think we can take a bet here. What do you think the probabilities are of a
I
snow
mean,
day?
man,
I think that it's going to be announced by noon today that we're going to have a snow day.
By noon.
by
by
noon,
noon.
that is early.
Wow.
I feel like Mr. T really likes to stretch it out. Mr. T, if you're
Yeah,
watching
I
this,
don't
mean,
think it's gonna be announced until
You like
about
to-
7:45 tomorrow morning.
Mr. T, you like to really make sure that it is.
99% chance of no school tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
look at
it's-
that.
I mean,
sometimes-
knowing Mr. T, it's probably gonna be
So-
announced
yeah.
like 7:45, maybe 7:55.
No hate on you, Mr. T.
I
Great
like-
principal.
I like to blame Mr. Tollefson for my problems as much as the next guy. But if we're being 100% honest with ourselves, Mr. Tollefson is not the reason if we get a snow day or not.
Actually, I thought it was.
It's above him. A superintendent and the area.
The school board.
Or no, it's
School board. No.
Bill Richter. He's the
guy.
he is what decides. But
Because I mean, like sometimes it's like we're like drowning in snow, and it's still 7:30,
7:30,
and there's no
7:45.
thing posted. I'm like,
I'm gonna die if I go to school.
yeah,
this morning.
I don't think I could even walk to school and be safe, let alone drive.
I think on days like this, where we know that we're gonna get hammered with snow, they always usually cancel it the day before because my mom said it gives the adults time to get their littler kids to daycare and whatnot. They need to get so they can schedule them. That's what my mom said. And in the past, when you have had school days where it's been canceled the day before, not at 7:45 in the morning when I'm about to walk out my door. So I'm looking forward to the snow day tomorrow. I think it's gonna happen. I mean, there's no two ways about it. We're getting a snow day
I
tomorrow.
don't know. There's been times in the past where it just barely misses us, and
But there's also been times that we've
Yeah, but I don't think this one's gonna miss us.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
supposed to be a 2-day snowstorm.
true because it's supposed to go from tomorrow, I think
till Wednesday.
Thursday night.
I think it's a Wednesday at 7 a.m. No, that can't be
no, it's
right.
later than
Later, they pushed it further back.
I think it was like 8 or 9 at night. It was definitely going till night on Wednesday.
I know Thursday night into Friday we're supposed to get light snow.
Yeah, that one's gonna be light. I mean, we probably won't get a snow day off of that, but it'll
Especially
definitely
it's
add on to the
exams
pile.
too. This is a rough week to have exams.
Yeah.
Snow day exams. I mean, it's kind of messing everyone up.
It is. It's gonna ruin the studying time.
Guess
I mean,
we probably can't have exams. It's just unsafe to come to school.
I won't be ready.
Shuckies.
darn it.
Dang.
My snap game has been on point recently. Oh,
I still can't really snap.
I know I suck at it. But sometimes I just get in the groove and I'm just.
I still can't whistle.
I can do it. You're just blowing at that point. You're not even.
Yeah, I want to do that.
as high as I can
What's
go.
your guys' go-to snow day activity? I mean, I think that there's an obvious one, just
Honestly,
video
just-
games.
Video games relax, kind of like.
Snowmobiling.
Yeah, I mean, I've never done that. I feel like every time I hear people that have snowmobiles, it's always just like,
Like
yeah, it broke.
or
Like, yep, I snapped a fork in half.
I get to use it once a year.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we usually in Wisconsin, but you get to use it once a year. I mean, we definitely have an abundance of snow, but you only get to use it about once a year. And yeah, I can.
And it usually
definitely
breaks
vouch on
after that
It
first time.
usually breaks. I mean, you can hammer on it for a good 25 minutes, and then it'll be done.
Something's bound to fail.
Yeah.
Like every time I see snowmobile videos, it's just like people driving. then like they turn weird.
The e-brake randomly slams on the thing. Launch
Like
off.
the little forks that hold on the sleds completely just rocket off. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
or it's your there's a little belt in there that spins the engine, and
That breaks a lot too.
oh yeah, always just throws it off.
I see that. I get that.
It's fun, but it's a shame because those things cost a lot of money.
A lot of money.
The new ones do, not mine.
It's like 23 grand, isn't it, for like a brand new
For a
one?
brand new one, but
That's
I
insane.
paid a solid $180 for mine, so I think I'm all right.
I did consider, it did cross my mind that if I do get a snow day tomorrow and I am able to drive on the roads without being in a ditch, that has happened to me once before. I'll touch on that here in a second. I think I'm going to probably maybe go squirrel hunting. Hunt some
Ooh.
squirrels.
Yeah.
Probably
mean-
gonna have to cut that part
Yeah,
out.
you're 100%. 100%. Let's talk about our car accidents, like our worst ones, or not accidents, but like worst moments in a vehicle.
Yeah, what's your worst moment?
So I was getting a little tired one day and kind of drifted over the center line. I mean, it's very, very, not tragic, but it's a very bad incident. I drifted over the center line, went into the ditch, found a cornfield.
No.
That probably shouldn't have been there.
Was the cornfield in the ditch?
No, the cornfield was after the ditch. I went into the ditch. I popped up out of the ditch and found a cornfield.
So it was the
It
cornfield's
just kind of
fault.
appeared.
It was the cornfield's fault.
Oh, yeah, that's. I mean, they'll get you.
They will get you.
They jump out in front of you sometimes. They'll really get
It
you.
definitely got me on that day. It got me.
Two very minor incidents that I will disclose on here. I do consider myself generally there's
I consider myself a decent driver.
there's three types of drivers. There's good drivers, there's great drivers, and then there's safe drivers. I consider myself to be a good safe driver. I'm not like I don't generally do like burnouts in my car typically because if I lose my car I don't get another one until I pay for one for myself, and I don't have to pay the insurance on my car, so I like. People are like, hey, Reese, why don't you do this? I was like, well, I don't want to have to pay for my car, so I'm not going to do that. But I did have one incident. It was a couple weeks after I got my license. I think me and my brother clocked myself at about 20 miles an hour on some gravel, and I went around about a 90-degree turn, a little hot, and I did end up in the ditch, but nothing bad came out of it. I drove right out of the ditch. Nothing bad happened. We're all good. So there was that one, and the other one, I worked on a farm for a little while. The farm was on a gravel road, as most farms are. Besides the one in Fenimore that's just randomly right in the middle of town over there.
Oh yeah, that one's
Hey, he's got a paved highway
Yeah.
to use.
yeah.
And he uses it a lot. I mean, there's cow manure all over that highway
Yes. Yeah. Every day.
every day.
Every day.
And especially with winter coming on, he's going to be spreading manure. He's probably going to spread it onto the highway. I don't know why I would, but,
It would make sense.
Gets rid of that snow, man.
yeah.
Yeah. It melts the snow.
True. But I was driving there one day and it was snowy, it was icy, so I'm going down the hill and I just lost control. I pumped the brakes, I put my car into neutral to try and see if that would do anything, and nothing really good, nothing good happened. I went right into the ditch. It was very slow, so I just kind of threw forward a little bit, and I was in like the ditch, kind of like this, and my car is either front wheel or back wheel drive. I don't really remember. I'll have to do a donut and figure it out.
I think it's front wheel.
Probably
front
front
wheel.
wheel.
Yeah, I think it's front wheel.
Yeah, probably front wheel. And so I was in there like this, and like I tried a couple times to go in reverse and it didn't work. And then I turned my steering wheel and then went back in reverse, and I got out myself. And I did not think I would. I thought for sure I was gonna need a skid loader. Then my coworker came to work and he goes, "Do you see the idiot that went into the ditch over by the mailbox?" I was like, "No, I didn't. It was me." But he also had a truck and I had a car.
Oh, true. I think my worst incident was right opening day for deer season. That snow that we got, ice. Oh my gosh, the Pontiac did not like it. I was just sliding. I was probably going like 30 on the highway to my stand, and I was on County T, taking some corners, just going nice and slow, and see, my tires were very bald, about as bald as this table we have here.
Very bald. No hair.
and I slid, back end went into the ditch, and then I was like, because it was a deep ditch, and I was scared. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to hunt today. No one's awake to come pull me out. But then got out. It was pretty surprising.
And
Me
were you able to hunt?
Yes, and I got a deer that day.
See, sometimes that's what you call a minor setback to a major comeback. Got
Exactly.
that quote from McKenna Helms randomly one day.
Me and Malin had a scary experience one day
A scary experience.
back from duck hunting.
Well,
Oh yeah.
That was
give the story, then we're gonna have to wrap up the podcast.
true. We long story short, we stayed overnight in a duck spot, and it was very bad because we didn't have a heater. Our clothes were wet from like wading in the water, and yeah, we were just really tired. We went hunted the next day. Driving back home, we are so tired, just exhausted from all the walking and carrying we had to do. So me and Malin were driving back, and I'm dozing off. He's dozing off. We're kind of all around the road, and we just kind of had to clutch up. And we made it home, and then we were safe.
Congratulations. I mean, that's what you always want your Fenimore Community School members to be safe.
Yep.
That's gonna do it for us today, though. I think on the podcast. Let's rate Malin. So
Nice.
you have Tate Kirsch. It's right now. It's Tate Kirschbaum
Out of 10.
10, Casey Drazen 0, and we had Peyton Chappell at about a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I'd put Malin Hahn. Call me crazy. A 7. 7
That's
out of 10.
what I was thinking. Just thinking
Malin Hahn out of 10. He like a 7.
That was pretty
Right,
good.
podcast wise. I'm not talking about looks. That would be weird to talk about in a school podcast.
Yeah,
So
'cause we would not do that. Please
No,
do
we
not
would
take
not.
this down, Mr. T.
Please
I
don't.
love this podcast a lot, and I would really not appreciate
and we
it.
take 100% responsibility. We completely understand why you took on the last one. That was both me and Mr. Yost's fault.
we
but
made a mistake.
we can blame Peyton Chappell. I mean,
It was Peyton Chappell's
it was Peyton
fault.
Chappell.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Yeah.
Yes, he Malin knows.
Fair assumption.
All right.
All right,
See you
that's
next
gonna
time
do
on
that's
the
gonna
Fly
do
High
it for us today.
Podcast.